And sometimes it's hard. It's really hard. But you need to look inside of yourself and see that maybe there is something that I can offer. Maybe there is something that I have. And we believe that you guys have that. Thank you.
What's up, what's up? All right, how many of you guys went to the after party last year? How many of you guys are going to go again tonight? Dude, I have a flyer here. Who wants it? Dude, you want it? There you go. Bring some friends. We're going to, my name is Katharina, and I'm going to sing a song for you. You guys, I don't know how many of you guys know Switchfoot, but they're one of my favorite bands. So this is my friend over here, and he's lovely handing my guitar. Trying to find more places, I'm looking for my own oasis. So close I can taste it. Feel love alone erases. So I'm back to the basics. Figure it's time to face this. Time to take my own advice. Love alone is worth the fight. Put your hands together. Don't look so sad. Love alone is worth the fight. And I never thought it'd come to this. But it seems like I'm feeling up to this. Funny thing about the name is forget what the reason you were playing the game is. And it's all an illusion, a 21st century institution. So we're headed down the open road unknown. And we thought we were made up through the open door. And there's a fear that we're afraid of. What are you waiting for? Love alone is worth the fight. Love alone is worth the fight. Only here for a sequel. I'm looking for rhyme or reason. Why you born, why you leaving? What you fearing, what you believe in? Why you living and breathing? Why you fighting and getting it even? So we're heading down the open road unknown. And we find what we're made of through the open door. And there's a fear that we're afraid of. What are you waiting for? Love alone is worth the fight. 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 Thank you.
Lots of ideas how you can change the world. Some people think you should just complain about it. I won't change the world, I'll just make it mad. Some people think you have lots of money. Make it rain everywhere you go. Some people think you have to be really loud and yell a lot. It's like with a bullhorn shouting, "Hey you, yeah you, do it my way right now, you heard?" Other people just make fun of everything. That's dumb, everyone's dumb. It's easy to make fun of stuff, but it's cooler to make stuff. Some people think changing the world can only be done by the smartest person in the world. Just put them in a room, let them figure it out. The solution of world hunger? Food. Wow, that was like so amazing. Some people see the bad in the world and they just decide to ignore it. But that won't help anything. Some people think you have to be really famous and super cool. In fact, fact, lots of people think you have to be really powerful to make a difference. Like being mayor, or senator, or president. But the truth is, a title doesn't make you more important. The world is changed by you. It's one person filled with love. And they just have to live it out so that they do something awesome. Then that person is filled with love. And they do something awesome. It just goes on and on and on and on. And next thing you know, everything's awesome. Some people think it's impossible to change the world.
It's impossible to change the world.
Well, you can see why they could think that. Living in a world with kids who are hungry, people who are homeless, families who aren't happy. I'm just trying to figure it out like everybody else, man. I do know this though. Next time you feel overwhelmed or totally alone, remember this. Things don't have to be the way they are. The world is changed by ordinary people. Little people living out big love. That's what gives the world a reason to dance.
Hello everybody. My name is Chance, and today I want to talk to you about something that means a lot to me, means a lot to Kid President as well. But just to let you guys know, I'm going to get a little real here, so some people may giggle or whatnot, but if you are doing that, just think about why that is. Just think about why you can't handle topics like this. So, guys, I would have loved to go to a school like this when I was younger. I was really into learning. I loved industrial tech. I loved all the vocational arts, all that sort of stuff. And to me, that's what brought me joy. And I come from Montana where there's lots of quote-unquote rednecks and hicks, and a lot of people there, they didn't really find joy in that sort of thing. And growing up, I was bullied a lot, you know. I was the tall, lanky kid that really liked to play video games, that was into like Pokemon and all that stuff, and people just, they were rude. I mean, people were really hurtful. If you like to ask questions in class, that means you're a weirdo, you're a nerd. And to be honest, it really hurt me a lot. I didn't know who I was. I believed that who they were telling me that I was who I really was on the inside. So that it really led me to thinking that I was worthless, you know? Thinking that there was nothing within me that was of worth at all. And it made me get to a point in life where I didn't want to move forward anymore. I was always that kid growing up that was quote the smart one, you know? Went through high school, straight A's, all 4 years, but that kid that everybody looked to and their parents wanted that kid, you know? But on the inside, there's so much pain that nobody knew about. So much that I was keeping buried within myself that once I finally got out of high school, once I started to actually realize how little I knew about myself, I started to cave into this image that I had created. I got really heavy into drugs, got into drinking a lot. I started objectifying women as something for my pleasure, and it started to wreck my life, you guys. And ultimately, I was tired of being boring. I knew that deep within me there was some part of me that wanted to change the world. And I knew that selfishly seeking after nothing, after seeking after pleasure in this moment, was going to wreck my life. Dropped out of college to do drugs, you guys. And that's when I hit a point in my life where I realized I wanted to change the world. So for this next part, what I'm going to tell you, I'm going to need a guest speaker to come up with me. And who wants to do that? What's that? What is it? All right, guys, I'm calling my buddy Patrick Starr. He came here all the way from Bikini Bottom. So. This story comes from a magical land, a faraway place called Jamaica. I hope you all know about Jamaica. You do? All right, public school. It's doing well. So, there's a little girl in Jamaica, and I don't know if you guys have ever been there, but she went out one day, fought through the humidity, walked through the wall of wetness that's out there, and she saw something incredible. Amidst all this humidity, the day before there was a huge tropical storm, you know, pressure differences, high systems, low systems, they sweep up everything in the ocean. She comes outside and sees not one, not two, not five, not 8, but 19,000 starfish. It's on the beach. And at first she thinks, this would make an awesome Instagram photo. Takes a selfie, and then after that she starts to sob because all these starfish. I mean, you guys know what happened when starfish stay out of water, right? Wrong. They become immortal. And then after that, they plan the impending doom and takeover of the United States, all the other nations. And she wasn't going to let that happen. Amidst all of her tears, her pain, she starts picking up these starfish one by one and throwing them into the water. Not taking over Earth. Get out of here. And eventually there's a man in his house, an old man, and he's just watching this, laughing hysterically, and he's filming her, going to put this on YouTube. And eventually he just gets tired of that, and he comes out and he's like, little girl, what are you doing? You know you can't stop the impending apocalypse, but that doesn't stop her. Just kidding, she actually she's a kind, sweet little girl. So she's grabbing these starfish, throwing them in, one after the other. Even though this guy, the whole time he's doubting her, it's like, little girl, why are you doing this? You can't save them. You can't save all of them. She keeps throwing them in, and then eventually he grabs her and he's like, stop! What are you doing? You can't save all of these starfish. You can't make a difference for all of them. And she looks at him and she says, sir, I might not be able to make a difference for all of them, but for this one starfish, I can make a difference. She keeps throwing them in, throwing them in. So guys, we live in a world today where selfishness is rampant. In order to be better than everybody, you have to own the newest iPhone 6, the Apple smartwatch, MacBook Pro. You have to drive a Corvette. You have to have a big mansion. You need all of these things to make you happy, to bring you fulfillment. And we're told that unless we fit into society, we're not worth it. There's this image that it's created for us, and it completely degrades us as individuals. Like Kid President was saying, you don't need to be powerful. You don't need to be intelligent. You don't need to have money. You don't need to complain to change the world. You just need to be you. Be the best version of yourself that you can be, and you will change the world. Because these other things, guys, they're selfish. They're self-seeking. They're selfish ambition. They're boasting. And love does not do that. Love is a cure for all of those things. Love for yourself and love for others. Because one person, one action, one thought at a time, if you put love into all of those things, you can make a difference. You can change the world for one person or a billion. So I want to give this starfish to a world changer today. Somebody that I know. All of you are world changers. I want to give this to you, man. Thank you, guys.
Apathy is the murderer of all that breathes. And passivity is the extinguisher of all the world's dreams, and uncertainty is the suffocation of every passion that's unreached and every difference that's unmade. But I'm still waiting for the day when someone will stand up and say something. Believe something, fear nothing, and stop assimilating into another lost mediocrity. Or another forgotten sob story, or another person drowned out by the sound of what they won't be. Because there is more to life than 80 years of living unremarkably. But you know, they say that we all die the same, with a tombstone and a name, but no one lives enough to change anything on purpose, because somewhere deep inside, they still believe they're worthless. And their inner code curses the very chance they had at doing something worth it. And so the burning for something great fades. Just like the strength of your lungs, each time the smoke penetrates and your mind can disintegrate the thought of doing anything other than what you're comfortable with. But we're all the same, aren't we? We don't want to follow because we're too scared to lead, but no one wants to listen and no one wants to speak, so the silence becomes deafening. And it leaves your fear into a tapestry that's pressing against your airways and stopping you from breathing. But most importantly, it's stopping you from dreaming.
And it's stopping you from believing that somewhere deep inside of you, there is greatness. And I wish that I could make you believe this. I wish that I could look into your eyes and tell you how to beat these unfortunate circumstances handed to you for no good reason. Because I heard you say, I didn't even want this. I heard you say I grew up in a home as broken as my mother's bones were when my father beat her. And when I was 16, I left my pregnant girlfriend alone because I was scared I'd be my father's son. Husband is cruel to me, think is working, and I am still hurting. I still see rejection in every inch of my reflection. Someone's gotta help me because I can't get past my own distortion. I'm broken. But we're all broken. And every one of us has evidence of wounds left wide open, all the while just hoping that someone would pay attention. Well, I drove around the country, and I heard thousands of stories of brokenness. Each one told with the shadow of hopelessness, and each person searching for wholeness to be known. But each person thinking that they were completely alone. And you are not alone. As surely as I believe in a hope that can mend my wounded soul, you are not alone. But you know, sometimes the biggest lies that we believe are the ones that we made up on our own, because nothing will hold you back better than you do, and nothing will keep you quiet better than what you've been through. But have you ever stopped to think that someone else might need to hear your story too? That there might be someone that's hurting worse than you, and they're searching for an answer to the problem that they're facing, but the hatred keeps racing, so they're resorting to releasing it through means of self-inflicting. We live in a world where we let our hate give us the excuse to not make a change. But excuses can only hold the weight that you give them. And if one selfless act can bring someone freedom, then I will beat my drum to the rhythm of greatness. As long as I have breath in my lungs to say this. Apathy will always be the murderer of all that breathes. And passivity will always be the extinguisher of all the world's dreams, and uncertainty is still the suffocation of every passion that's unreached. But love is the cure to all of these things. But you know, you're only as great as you will let yourself be. And you'll only change lives if you lift up your head and see that there is someone beside you that wants to know they matter too. So all existence is waiting. It's holding its breath, anticipating your next move. What will you do?
Wow. Heavy. I know it's heavy. I'm proud of you in this room because I feel like not only have you been so attentive today, but I feel like everybody's getting it. There is moments like this in our lives where we need to get real. We need to keep it real. We need to talk about your life and where you're going and what really matters. I love what she said when she's saying, Dad, I will beat my drum to the rhythm of greatness. Do you remember that one? I will beat my drum to the rhythm of greatness. She also said, hey, nobody's going to hold you back more than you. You know what I'm saying? I know throughout my life, I held myself back. And I'm looking across this room and I'm seeing potential in leadership and destiny. And we talked about so many different things. We talked about, Jane came out and he talked about thinking big with your life and not, man, let's build on the small victories. What are you good at? And what are your small victories that you can build on? Whether it was you finally passed that test that's been killing you, that class that's been killing you. Or maybe it's nobody's really encouraged you your whole life. You're around a dad that's just beating you down. Maybe not with his fist, but with his words. Maybe that's your story. Maybe some of you come from a home where you're like, no, Chad, it was this. That was my story. Was I know what it's like to come to school hiding with makeup a black eye, or that scrape that I don't want anybody to see. Maybe that's a part of your story. I don't know. But you can think beyond a lot of those things that have happened to you. Remember when Amber said in the spoken word, nothing will hold us back more than we will. And nothing will hold us back more than what we've been through. But you need to know that there is greatness inside you. There's greatness in you. Mark Twain once said that the two most important days in your life are the day that you were born and the day that you discover why you were born. The two most important days in your life, the day that you were born and the day that you discover why. And when you figure that out, you're going to take off, man. You're going to take off. Here's how we're going to end this assembly. In the past, we've ended it with a lot of hype. We broke bricks. We ran through a 2x4 one year. I remember running across this way. One of our team members ran and broke it right over there. Today, we're going to end it a little bit different. Less hype, more heart. We have what we call the I Will Wall. And these guys are turning this around. On the back of it is a canvas, and it simply says at the top, I will, and then it leaves it blank. I want to give you the opportunity right now. If you don't want to do this, you don't have to. If you want to do this, we'd love you to. But I'm going to give you the opportunity right now to come up, and you can write your dream on this wall. What is your dream? Maybe for some of you, it's I'm going to go to college, or I'm going to finish high school. How many of that you got a dream just to finish? I'm going to graduate. You know what I mean? Through this, love, chances, story, addicted to any of these things. Maybe it's that you're going to hang around for your kids. You're not going to be the dad that bails. Maybe it's whatever your dream is. I want you to on here. We have about minutes left. Give it up for these guys. Give it up, give it up, give it up. That's so awesome. Clap it up for them as they come up here. That's so rad that they're coming up. That's awesome. So cool. So cool. So cool. I love it. I love it. There's potential inside of us. There's destiny inside of us. Hey, is these guys right on the wall? I want to remind you that tonight it's at 6:30. Come out. It's going to get crazy, okay? Just be ready. It's going to get a little wild. We are going to be running through 2x4. We are going to be breaking some ice. We're going to have our little competitions and this kind of thing. There's a dance troupe that's going to be coming from one of the schools, which is going to be awesome. We were at Lincoln this week. We were at Washington. We were at Roosevelt. We were at New Tech this week. We were right here. And then we're also at a continuation school. What was the name of that one? Sequel. We were at Sequel too. So a lot of people from all over the place are going to be coming. So definitely check it out. You're going to be getting a flyer on the way out. But we'll give these guys a few minutes to sign this wall as they do that.
We're headed down the open road now.
fast up there so that everybody can get to it. So as they're finishing up writing up here, we're going to do something really cool, okay? This is where I'm going to challenge you. And don't stand up if you don't mean it. But here's what the challenge is. The challenge is you've heard today about a higher way to live. Forgiving yourself, forgiving others, dreaming big, not letting anything hold you back. Your heart's been pulled today to live at a deeper, higher level. That's what we challenge you to do. Same message that your phenomenal staff gives you, same message that Collision gives you. It's the same thing, just different methods. All the same thing, same heart. Here's what I'm going to ask you to do. If you it's been kind of pushing us down our whole life, and then standing up for ourselves, believe in others. What we love about, if you hang out with our team very long, you're going to be like, you guys brag on each other all the time. You guys encourage each other all the time. You guys really love each other. We do. To see Chance come up here and pull the freaking starfish out of the locker was hilarious. Because we've never seen that done before. And we're so proud of him and every other person on our team for doing what they do. You gotta stand up for what you believe in. If you're willing today to take a stand for what you believe in, I'm gonna count to 3, and I want you to stand to your feet. Just stand to your feet saying, dude, my life is gonna be a little different after today. There are pivotal moments in our life. This has gotta be one of them. You gotta let this be one of them. I count to 3. Don't stand if you don't mean it. Only stand if you mean it. Stand up if you want to make a change, if you want to take a stand for yourself, if you want to stand up for what you believe in. Stand up for others when they're being pumped on the count of 3. It's awesome. Already stand up. 1, 2, 3. Stand up if you're deciding to do that. That's cool. That's cool. Oh, that's so cool. So give yourself a hand. Give yourself a hand. Everybody can stand up. Everybody can stand up. I'm going to ask John. The principal's going to come up here. Stay where you're at. And thank you so much for having us. Did you have fun today? Yeah? You're like, no. I was Was your heart touched today? Today?